Welcome back, everyone, to FinTech Festival India's Mumbai Micro Experience. And our next session is an innovation talk titled Financial and Social Inclusion via Signzy's platform, RBI CCIL use case. And presenting this innovation talk with us is Mr. Rajat Vashisht, who is the project director with Signzy. Over to you, Rajat. The stage is yours.
All right, thank you, Amit. Hi, everyone. A very warm good afternoon to all. As Amit said, I work with Signzy as Global Delivery Director, and I'm responsible for all accounts, delivery, and releases. Right. CCIL is a very special case for us. The reason is, for the first time, our onboarding platform has enabled creating a new market itself. Right. This market was non-existent, and when RBI and CCIL have reached out to us, it was a big opportunity for us to showcase our technology and our platform to enable this market generation. With this Signzy, Signzy, as you know, we are a product company. We have multiple products on FinTech domain, especially onboarding, VKYC, APIs, AIs, and and IO. And this position us in a very niche market. And I'll just quickly walk you through the presentation. I'll share my screen now. I hope you can see the screen. Hello?
Yes, Rajat, please start.
Sure, all right. So this is a use case wherein we have a no-code platform. Signzy, being a product company, we still have a project team, and every project is basically an instance of a product. We customize it for the client need. This case, we have actually enabled for an investors, retail investors onboarding that has, which were not previously able to make an investment into GSEC. That's a sovereign gold bond securities that are issued by the state and federal government, right? So as I shared, we have 240 plus customers. We are present in 6 geographies, 75 million onboardings we have completed till date. The reason our systems are so efficient is because we bring down the cost of onboarding by less than 80%, 75 to 80%. Reduction in the turnaround time is around 90%. Previously, let's say if you have to go and open an account, it'll take you around 3 to 4 days. If we see it as an average, now we do it in 2 to 5 minutes. That's the speed we are talking about. That's how Signzy's platform are enabling banks and other NBFCs players to digitize their journeys and have a better market inclusion, right? And of course, when you have a good digitized journey, your customer dropout is also less by around 60-65%, right? So these are some of the awards that have been presented to us, and we've been recognized by multiple players, multiple forums. This use case, what I want to present today is about the CCIL investors digital onboarding journey that we have created. So as you're aware that on 12th of November, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, launched this project. And why this is also special to us is because had it been any other journey, we usually take around 40 days to create an end-to-end journey. And this includes multiple components, multiple integrations, deployments in multiple ecosystems as well. But this was special because we completed 2 journeys within 12 days. We got on somewhere around 20th of October, we delivered it in 12 days, and then the UAT happened. And that's how we delivered it really fast, right? Apart from that, as I said, for the first time, a digital platform has enabled the inclusion of a wider section of the society, right? Previously, only institutional investors were onboarding and making an investment into governance gold bonds. Now, retail investors are also onboarded. So this is the overall project summary. If you see what were the problem statement when RBI and CCIL have reached out to us, there were a lot of manual dependencies on CCIL officials for application updating. The systems were not connected. It was a semi-digital onboarding process, resulting in a very high TAT, right? Because application data was stored somewhere else, document management system was not connected, core system was somewhere else, right? So we were asked to create an end-to-end onboarding journey, and that is what our platform has done, right? This is the overall flow. This is a very interesting flow because once the user logs into the CCL website with his PAN, mobile number, and date of birth, OTP is sent, the user validates it, and from there a URL redirection happens to the Signzy platform, right? This is how the Signzy iframe will actually get open in your journey. So this is a web journey, DIY journey. I mean, as an end user, I can open my own account myself. I'll not have a dependency on an RM or a agent to open this account for me. So what we do is once we get the details from the PAN, we do a validation. We check if the CCIL system has the detail. So we are connected to CCIL system and we do a CKYC check. If the CKYC is yes, then we directly navigate you to the registration form with pre-filled details there, right? If the CKYC system is not checked, we get details. We do a manual VKYC leg, and that is where this VKYC leg happened, right? I mean, video verification. So we do a bank validation. The user opens a bank statement. We do a OCRs, our algorithms in the background check validated with a very high accuracy. I mean, one of the best accuracies available in the market. And then we do a FATCA declaration, and a digital form is presented to the end user, and he or she has to do an Aadhaar e-sign on that, right? And the third component is basically the backups process where the agent actually validates it. So the agent can actually accept, reject, and ask a user to redo this process, right? So this is a very fast process. If you ask me about the TAT part of it, it is somewhere around 7 minutes, including the VKYC journey, right? Should a user get dropped because of the internet connectivity or choose not to continue the journey and want to relog in later, the link would be active and he or she can reschedule the whole process. So the user and the application, the system states the same of the application. The user can start from there again. Now, these are some of the key benefits. Our acquisition cost for the organization is dropped by 70%. The manual effort of feeding the detail is less by 75% because we do a pre-fill of most of the details there, right? Only signatures and minor details are required to be updated in the system. The system is 3 times faster, more efficient than any manual process, right? It definitely gives you a better user experience. You do not have a dependency or physically do a physical verification. You do a VKYC there. Hence, your TAT is also less. The transparency is high because the system is integrated in a lot of government databases, and we push the details back into the CKYC database. And the records are easy to fetch and validate because the backups process, as I've shown in the previous part, right? This backups, you can see each record details being recorded with all the steps, all questions, all documents saved as one single file, right? The speed is always faster. I mean, this also brings in a lot of agility from the system point of it, right? Because at the end of the day, video verification is not a component or a platform that is plugged in into our onboarding journey. It is a microservice, right? Our enhanced eKYC is RBI compliant, regulated. We follow all latest regulations that have been issued in that process. And overall, it makes the journey seamless, right? It is paperless journey, and a lot of documentation is avoided because of this, because the system generates it for itself. Because this project was a very high visibility, we had officials from different ministries, CCIL and RBI, very senior leadership were involved into it. We ensured that we take different stakeholders, engage them at a different level. A regular twice a day update was given to the team which was operating at an operational level. A regular update summary was given to the senior leadership, and then to the management, to the ministry, a weekly update was being sent. Right. This is how we could govern the overall project, and hence we could also deliver it in a very record time of 12 days for 2 journeys, which otherwise for most of the other fintechs is very difficult. Right. What we have achieved is we have enabled individual investors to invest into government securities. The investors will automatically receive the payments or the interest once the maturity is reached, and these are directly linked to their bank accounts. Right. The project is particularly a testimony of our commitment to facilitate market regulators, banks, NBFCs to provide quality onboarding solutions with an integrated KYC system. This is an end-to-end system we are talking about here, right? And for the first time, I think a platform or a fintech has achieved this feat of creating a new market, as I've shared before. Previous to this market was non-existent. Retail investors were not able to participate in government schemes, particularly in SGP schemes. And for the first time, our product platform has enabled that to do so. And I'll share a couple of testimonies as well. So here are the coverages for some of the feedback that we have received and the media coverage. And in fact, when the system was initially launched, right, we had an understanding that there would be around 1,000 to 2,000 onboardings, but the system robustness was such that on the very first day, we experienced 12,000 onboardings and the system did not crash, right? And for the next 1 or 2 weeks, we were experiencing around 8,000 to 9,000 onboardings a day, which in itself is a very big achievement for a system to support such volume of onboardings, right? So if you have any questions, we can take that as well. Thank you.
Hi, Rajat. We have one question from one of our viewers. This is a question by Vikram Gidwani, and he is asking, how do you prevent account opening frauds?
See, account opening frauds, we do multiple things. So first of all, we do a POA and POI check. We have both algorithms to do so, and we have APIs connected to the different systems. We also do your account verification. So your account number, your account name, we do a cross check with your PAN, with your Aadhaar and other databases. And we also do a dedupe check. We do a penny drop check to check whether the account that you have shared is an active account or not. So all these things result in a very fraud-proof system.
Great. Thank you for that, Rajat, and thanks for being with us today. Great presentation, and it is now time for us to move on to our next panel discussion. Sure. And for our audience, to join us in our next discussion, head over to the agenda page on the platform and click on next session. And also, if you would like to indulge in conversation with our partners and other delegates while you wait for the next session to start, you can always click on the People tab to start conversations. And in the meantime, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with you in just a few moments. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Rajat, once again.
Thank you.
Okay.
100 रुपये में बिटकॉइन ट्रेडिंग
पॉसिबल है
इम्पॉसिबल
लगी शर्त और हारा तो It's possible on CoinSwitch Kuber. Download करो और Bitcoin में trading start. CoinSwitch Kuber, सिक्का चमकेगा.
Cryptocurrency is a non-regulated digital asset, not a legal tender and subject to market risks and price fluctuation risks.
Where there is life, there is hope, there is meaning. But life has its downs as much as its ups. Life is about challenges. Life is about opportunities. Time for joy, time for celebration, and time to introspect. Thankfully, in every one of life's moments, and even beyond life itself, there's LIC. Where there is life, there's always LIC. जिंदगी के साथ भी, जिंदगी के बाद भी.